Welcome to Life Unedited. This is your lifestyle guide to living a life that aligns solely with you. I am your host, Tabitha Sweeney, a coach and inspirational speaker who is all about authenticity, friendly sass, and helping you unlock your best self. Welcome back. All right. Guys, I'm so happy to be back with you. It's been a little while, about a month exactly, since I was last with you. And oh my goodness, so many things have changed and happened in that month that I don't even know where to start. But actually, I don't think I'm going to talk about any of that today. I think what I want to talk about today is something that I think most of us have experienced, and it's something that's come up several times now over the past week. And that's typically how I pick all my episodes and my topics, right? What does the universe keep bringing up to me that I feel like we need to dive a little deeper into? And at this moment, it's feeling like it's this idea of compromise. And what it actually means, what actually happens. So here's the deal. When we're little, what are we always teaching our kids? Share, 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 share. What is sharing actually? Sharing actually is really compromising, right? Like we can call it two different things, but essentially, if I have this and you tell me to share it, I'm compromising what I want to make you happy, right? Because let's be honest, 9 times out of 10, do I want to share it? Fuck no. I don't want to share it. And this starts from the time our babies are little. And with all good reason, right? We have to teach our kids to share. We have to teach them not to be complete assholes. Absolutely. But how many times have you ever said to the other kid, so and so's playing with that, you got to wait? I've said that to my kids who want what the other kid has. But when it's the other kid who wants what my kid has, I'm telling my kid to share. It's like society's unwritten rules. And then we grow up being groomed exactly in all the ways society wants us to be groomed. Reminding ourselves every single day that we're broken and that we are not good enough. We are not fit enough. We are not fit enough. We are not healthy enough. We are not patient enough. We are not rich enough. We are not flawless enough, right? Like no matter all these things, everywhere we look, there's a solution for something that really we should never need a solution for. Okay. And so those subtle little reminders that come at us all day long, everywhere we look, has us subconsciously thinking about all the ways we need to change, right? We can scroll through Pinterest. I haven't been on Pinterest in years. I'm going to be honest. I have not had a Pinterest account in years. And part of the reason for that is because every time I got off Pinterest, I was angry. I was aggravated, especially back in my fitness owning days, because I would see these posts and these inspirational memes. And my blood would be boiling so hot because it would be this woman in her underwear at the squat rack. And then it would say, like, the wording on top of it would be like, at home workout. You can look like this too. Do 5 jumping jacks and 4 push ups and run around the block. What the fuck? No. That woman in her underwear, first of all, is lifting heavy. Second of all, she's spending at least 45 minutes to 2 hours in the gym. She has a coach. She probably has decent or different genetics than you and I do, right? She hasn't eaten a cookie in years. She fucking hates herself. But we are telling you that she's better than you and you could have what she has, but the solution that we are offering you will never, ever, ever get you that. Never. The workout that's written on the words on top of that page that make you think that if you do this, you can look like that are not true. That's the problem with society. So everywhere we look, we get these subconscious messages that come in that are telling us we have to do better. And why and how does this all matter? It matters because then we watch the whole world. You get to a certain age, okay? You get through college, you're in your early to mid 20s. If you're lucky, you make it to your mid to late 20s before people start asking. And then they want to know when you get married. You're still single? I just don't know how you're still single. Again, why are you single? Why are you single? What the fuck? Why do we make that sound so sad? Why am I going to question my lovability because I am single? What if we were like, fuck, good for you, you're still single. Don't fucking rush it. Just a thought. It would be a nice welcome break, right? When you're having babies, don't you want to get married and have babies? You're not getting any younger. You know, the older you get, the harder it is to lose the weight. The fuck. We all know. We all know that pressure. We all know those words, right? And what does that do to us? What that does, in my instance, what that did to me, okay, was when I met somebody who showed me all the things I wanted to see. I bought in. I bought in hard and I bought in fast because fuck, I was already 28 and I was still single. 29's coming up quick. And if I want to be married before I'm 30, I need to fucking move on this. So what do we learn to do? The whole world has already told us that we are not good enough the way that we are. The world has taught us over and over that we are broken and we need to change. So what do we do when we meet someone? We start changing. We believe that we can become the person they want us to be. In all of that change, we lose ourselves. And the next thing you know, years go by and you have no fucking clue who you are. To be honest, you're not even sure if you like the way you take your coffee now. Because that's how little we put ourselves first. I'll drink the coffee however it comes out. Right? I'll eat my meals at room temperature after everyone else has eaten. I will eat whatever is left over. I will give up the things I really like, want, enjoy, because it doesn't fit in our schedule anymore. I won't see or talk to that friend anymore because you don't like them. We completely almost disintegrate into nothing. We are no longer us. We are no longer a solid person. The number of women who I ask, like, who are you? Every woman rattles off the same list. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm an aunt. I'm a friend. Right, but who are you? I'm a teacher. I'm a banker. I'm a baker. I'm a candlestick maker. Sorry, guys. I know. Sometimes I think I'm really funny. But that's okay. But when you take away that, if we take away our identity in family and we take away our identity as an employee or a business owner or work or whatever that is, what are you left with? Me? I'm a writer. I'm a dreamer. I'm a creator. My favorite thing in the world to do is connect with nature, to have my toes in the grass. I want to sit outside in the grass with a journal and a pencil and nothing else. I dream about that, like about having like hours to just sit outside in the grass with like a book, a journal, a pencil. I say maybe some music, but music can really distract me. So maybe not any music. And just be alone with my thoughts. Be alone to create. I love pushing limits. I love hiking, climbing, running. The harder the trail, the more excited I get. I love challenges. Hand me a kayak, hand me a paddleboard. Hold my hand and let's go skydiving. But do you know that when I got divorced, I couldn't tell you any of those things? I couldn't tell you what made me feel alive, what breathed air into me. Couldn't tell you anything when I got divorced. In fact, by the time I got divorced, I couldn't even make eye contact with the people at Target. That's how broken I was. I was broken. into a million pieces. I didn't sparkle. I didn't attract anything. And it's funny because now that I no longer compromise, now that I know who I am, now that I know what truly recharges me, I attract, I hear constantly, constantly hear people comment to me about my energy, about how I'm magnetic. And I love that, especially because I spent 10 years feeling like like stainless steel. If you ever had a stainless steel fridge and you went to put the magnet on it and it went blah, 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 and it dropped because stainless steel is not magnetic. And I felt like really dull, stainless with the fingerprints and the smudges all over it, little like streak from the kid like licking the side of the fridge. You know what I mean? Hmm. If you've got a 4-year-old boy, you absolutely know what I mean. Figuring out who I am, it took me a long time. There was a lot of healing that had to go into that. And then there was a lot of dedication I had to give to rebuilding that piece of me. And I think the part that most of us miss, I firmly believe that we all have a person. I actually believe we have more than one person. And I do not believe all of our people come to us in romantic forms. But I don't believe that there's only one person for each of us. Like I don't believe that one person on their shoulders sits to fill all of my buckets that I need filled from external forces, right? Like I just don't believe that. I think we have different people, and I think our people can come and go, but I think we have one primary person who's kind of like the binding of the book, if that makes sense. And I think what most of us don't understand is we are never too much for our person. Never. That when we meet our person, we will find and feel respect and validation on a level that never before existed for us. In fact, it's something that a year ago I couldn't have even comprehended. On any level, my brain couldn't have gone there. That I would meet somebody who would never call me names in anger, never call me names in anger, would not raise his voice, would validate all of my crazy because my crazy is what makes me me. I am high strung. I am impulsive. Somebody who is also insanely high strung would never be a fit for me. Somebody who is way too laid back will never be a fit for me. In fact, there's only one person in the world I've ever met who handles me even keeled all the time, who can tell me essentially to shut the fuck up and go back to sleep without actually saying those words, but instead says things like, I just don't think this is the time for us to have this conversation. What I think you need right now is for me to hold you and you to talk, and we'll revisit a discussion and a conversation between us when it's not 2:00 in the morning, sometime tomorrow. And I went, oh, okay. Because he validated the fact I needed to talk. He didn't tell me to stop, right? He didn't try to make my worries disappear or to invalidate my feelings or to any of that. But he also knew I was not in a mindset to engage in a rational, logical conversation that was going to get us anywhere at that time and moment. That's what we can find if we don't compromise. But see, what happens is I try I try to change so I can be more of what you want. And the shit you do that drives me absolutely crazy, I blame myself for. I blame myself. Well, I'm being too hard, I'm being too this, I'm being too that, I'm being too, it just, you got to get over it. But you know what happens then? Years go by and the resentment has built so strong that shit just implodes. And all of this goes back to how we talk and treat toddlers and little kids on the playground. We tell them to share. And when someone comes up and they say, so and so was mean to me, we say, well, what did you do to them? Right? We have been groomed to believe we are broken. And we have been grooming the next generation to believe the same thing. I was talking with somebody earlier this week about divorce and about how it can take a long time to realize the amount of light that's on the other side of it. And I know it's hard for me because I was the one who filed. I was the one who said, get the fuck out. I was the one who finally had reached my breaking point. I had actually reached that point years before, but I was too scared to carry the word divorce around with me. I didn't want that. I didn't want, when people said, who are you? I didn't want to say divorced. So instead, I stayed in toxic. I stayed in terrible. I stayed in abuse just so I didn't have the label of divorce. How fucked up is that? And as I was talking with somebody, I had said something along the lines of, you don't understand just yet the door that this just opened for you. But it's time for you to find yourself. It's time for you to figure out what you have been compromising on. What have you adapted that you fucking hate? And what do you miss? Get back to the basics. Back to the basics of you. And that is my challenge for you this week. I want you to breathe in and understand who you really are. Slow down, evaluate it, ask yourself the questions. Who am I? What do I like? Where would I be if I could be anywhere? What is my legacy? What do I want my legacy to be? What parts of me do I like? What parts of me do I fucking hate? What parts of me are not even mine? They're just a fucking costume I wear. Put some thought into it. Most of all, ask yourself what really makes you smile, genuinely. From so deep down inside your soul, what makes you smile? Who makes you smile from so deep down in your soul? Because the person who makes you smile from your soul, it's a different smile. It's a different laugh. And so if you're sitting here and you're like, I don't know. Maybe you haven't met them yet, and that's okay. That's okay. Just be open to the opportunity. Pay attention for when that smile or that laugh hits you because it's different. On that note, friends, that's all I got for you today. I want you to go out. I want you to have a beautiful day, and I want you to go out and sparkle. Mwah.